Hello everybody, it's Ken Faulkner, and it's that time again. Knife video brand battle. I'm still cruising through it. Got a few more to do. We're getting larger in numbers too. We got 10 on this one. We got a fixed blade on this one, and yeah, this is Artisan Cutlery, and it is an awesome brand, and definitely one that I keep going back to for sure, from way back in the early days. So let's get into it so we can, not be too long. This one's an interesting one in the fact that a few giveaways back, I had one of these in the giveaway. This is the Andromeda, and part of the reason why it was one of my knives from my collection, so I had two of these, and one of them came from a giveaway that I had won. This one I purchased with a batch of these knives. In fact, there might have been another one from that batch that I already gave away. I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember exactly which one that was. But anyway, there's so many knives. I'm getting up to almost close to 350. It's almost like another milestone, right? 350 knives. So it's just hard to keep track of, and I kind of, me and my memory, so, I don't try to push it too hard. But this is definitely one of those very thin and pokey type knives, kind of with a spear point, the Andromeda button lock, and it's got this really cool carbon fiber. Really nice. So the materials on this N390 blade, so it's pretty premium, titanium and fat carbon. But is it like a lava flow or something like that? I'm not very good with that, but I think that's what this is, a lava flow. So this is a cool little like gentleman's knife, very thin and long type thing, and very neutral handles. A little small for my hand. I bought this in a batch, like I said, so I don't know if I would have bought it by itself, and then I won one, so I guess it was meant to be, right? But not meant to stay because they ended up going in that one. But I'm keeping this one. I really like that lava flow. So did I say? Oh yeah, N390. So yeah, it's actually way more. I would not pay the price that I have on my spreadsheet for this. $233. I don't know. I mean, it is titanium. It's got a nice clip, a really nice clip. I guess if you really like this kind of knife, but it is that plunge type button lock. Of course, this is an older design, and that was back when that was the only kind of button lock they had. And it does have thumb studs that work pretty well for deployment, but it's just not really my style. And when I have it in my hand, it kind of like, I feel like my hand is closed and I don't quite have a full grip on it. I like to be locked in on a knife. So right away you're kind of starting to see that maybe this won't be the winner of the brand battle. This one is my style. I showed this one when I did the Ferrum Forge. When I got that Gent. And I broke out a couple other Ferrum Forges that I have. I really like Ferrum Forge. I really like the design. I like that angle over the top, kind of that arc across the top. This one does have that little thumb or forefinger position to get in there. Nice fuller. It does have the cutouts in the handle. That's not really my favorite, but it's not too bad. It's not too egregious, so to speak. We are also talking again titanium handle, S35 VN for the steel, and yeah, I really for years I wanted this one. I was really I'd seen it at a blade show, and I kept thinking it, and then I actually went and tried to find it, and they didn't have it one year, and then I ended up getting it at the California Custom Knife Show. Most of the brands at the Custom Knife Show are the really expensive stuff. But Artisan Cutlery is there, and I think they have been fairly regularly. It's coming up again in October. Kind of hard to go when I go to Blade Show West. But then there's a second one later on in the year. So anyway, Really cool. I like the design. It kind of gives you a little grip there because it's got this milling right here, and it locks in, right? That's what I like. It locks in. You got the thumb. You got the forward finger choil. It's full size. It's got that ferrum forged shape that I really, really love. S35 I'm good with, and titanium. And it's a frame lock, which is probably my favorite type of lock. Probably. Anyway, very cool. Yeah, so that one is definitely a contender. And that same year, and I had the story before. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but I ended up buying this one and oh, did I mention the name of it? It's the Valor. It's the Valor. This one's the Great White. This one is a design by Gavco, and I always thought Gavco had some pretty cool designs. So you can kind of see it's got this recurve down here, and it very fish-like look, and then it's got all this kind of spiny thing going on here. I don't know, spiny is the proper word for it, but it's just kind of all over the place, and it's you can kind of tell it's Gavco. It's kind of nice to have one of their knives in the collection. Harpoon up here, good spot. Swedge up on top in front of the harpoon there. Good deployment hole. Really works well for the middle finger flick. I'm not sure if I can get the thumb. Yeah, I get the thumb, so that's always good. Also with the forward finger choil. So these kind of came together that same year. I was just hemming and hawing. I couldn't decide, and they cut the price down a little bit, and that's all it took. And I ended up getting both of these guys. So these are both, I really like both of these quite a bit as I throw it down on the table. Very thin though, very thin, but it does fit well in the hand because it has these grooves in it. I know some people really like the neutral. I like the grooves as long as it's not horrible in the hand, and this really matches my hand very well. So very cool. Just a little bit different design. I know it's tapered down, and a lot of people don't like the tapered down part, but as long as I got something that'll help me hold on to it, I'm not as worried about that. So yeah, so this one is the, I said the shark, right? Oh, no, I mean the Great White. Great White, but the next one is the shark. So here's the Great White. This is the shark. Now, there's a big difference in the size here. This guy's a little one. This was also in that set of Artisan cutlery knives. There's like 4 or 5 of them that I bought, and I got a killer deal on them. It was really good. Carbon fiber, more of a plainer carbon fiber. It's not like the peel ply though. It's a real carbon fiber. A little bit of contouring here, titanium carbon fiber. Another little thin one though. So definitely light blade. The action is not great because of that. That's the only reason why. Because otherwise, it's got good action. It is actually a frame lock, which is kind of surprising. And yeah, nice clip and everything like that. Tiny little knife. You can put it probably in a 5th pocket. I think I've done that before. But yeah, it's not really my thing. But every once in a while, you need something that you can kind of get into a little thing. Like when I'm cutting out the slots on my foam and my cases and stuff. There's certain things that you need that pokey kind of little blade, and this is great for that. So that one is the shark, not to be confused with the Great White. So we got a lot of fishy kind of themes here. This is the Centauri. I really like this knife. I mean, it is smaller, but it's got a nice snappy front flipper. If it's a front flipper and it's snappy, I like it. I like a snappy front flipper. Very cool. Nice design. I think this is a Ray Laconico. Pretty sure. Yes, Ray Laconico. S35 VN. This is that G Mascus. Back in the day when I bought this, I'd never heard of G Mascus. This was quite a while ago. It's got a little pop of purple. Very nice. It is smaller, but it does feel good in my hand. It does have a little bit of a swell here to help with that, and I can get full 4-finger on it. So I mean that's good. It's not a lot of blade, but it definitely does the job. But it is a beautiful blade. That the grind lines on this one are very, very nice. I really like this one. It is, I mean, for a smaller knife, it is definitely, action is quite good. Even though it's lightweight, it's still, you have to shake it, but it goes right down. Really nice knife. I like this one. Of course, I'm a big fan of Ray Laconico, so that helps too. And that purple with the titanium and the pivot collar, very nice. Moving along, more pop, and a very unusual pivot on this one. This one is the Cazador. Cazador. And it's got some really nice micarta with grippiness. Excellent grippiness. Also another one that tapers down. This one doesn't really have as much to hold it in place unless you go and trigger pull. Can't really, it's kind of small to really get your finger in it. But if you trigger pull, then it's not going to slide out of your hand. So this is the way I kind of like to cut with this one. Kind of have it on there, you know, using that flipper tab. It is a flipper tab only. Back flipper, you know, like front flipper, I'm a little bit more forgiving. I don't think I can hit this off the side. Oh, yeah, I can. What do you know? I never even tried it, I don't think. I think it's because there's kind of a drastic drop here on this flat, and the action is good on it. So yeah, I never realized that I could flick it. Of course, that's always kind of hit and miss for me. I'm not great with that finger on the side type flick, but this one does fairly well. You have to give it a little bit of wrist, but that's okay. But it's just an unusual looking knife, the whole thing. Again, very nice grinds. Not so much the lines as they are here on the Cazador. Doesn't quite show up quite as nicely, but still nice grinding on it, nice swedge on it. Definitely that Warrenclyffe with the very pokey end on it. So cool little blade. Definitely a cool one. Picked that up on a secondary, also a cool price. Let's put this over here. Now this is my first one that I got from Artisan Cutlery. Long time ago when I was picking up things out of Amazon. And I saw this one, I thought it was cool. But, you know, I didn't even realize about this is definitely that peel ply G10 over with the carbon fiber overlay. That's very slick. They are just inlays, so it's more decorative. It's not the whole thing, the whole grip. But it's a cool knife. I mean, it is kind of big and heavy. What is this thing? Okay, first of all, it's called the Mega Hawk. And it's a D2 blade. And it's a stainless steel handle, and you can tell. You remember I was doing, I did that Chavez video. If you hadn't seen that one, the blue label versus the red label, and the weight on that was not that much different. But this one's got weight. Now, that doesn't bother me so much. I'm okay with a heavy knife, but I think the weight's a little bit back further than I would prefer. Little bit. I'd like it maybe more about right here, but the balance is a little bit off on that. So it feels a little awkward, blade weight on it. But it does have a good shape. Definitely cuts well, kind of Warrenclyffe reverse tanto. Let's see if I can hit the side on this one. Because again, this also, no, I definitely can't do it on this one. Flipper only on this one. Of course, back when I bought it, I mean, I wasn't as picky as I am now. I think it's just a matter of, you know, over time, you kind of learn what you like and what you don't like. I didn't even know how to middle finger flick back then, so I didn't know the difference. D2 I don't really have a problem with. You can see a couple little spots here, but really not anything significant. And I've had this for years, many years, probably 3 or 4 years. For me, that's a lot, because you know I really didn't start collecting until then. It's got this interesting clip location because you know, this is a tip up. But there's also a tip down here. This is kind of interesting. And then is that the left hand carry? No. If it was tipped down, then that would have the blade up against the side of the pocket here. So yeah. So right side carry, but tip up and tip down, but only right side. Interesting combination there. Interesting. Anyway, I got this one's sentimental because it is one of the earlier ones. It's got an inset liner lock. Action's good because it's a weighty blade. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't see that much pocket time because it is a beast and it is kind of awkward weight wise. So anyway, that one is the Mega Hawk. I like the name, Mega Hawk. Next to that is one of my favorites from just in general as a fun, makes me smile. And talking about weighty, not only is it super thick proponent with a massive blade that it's got very tall, so it does slice. It does slice okay. It's not slicey, but it will slice. Got this big fuller, big old monster thumb studs, and all this milling in here. It just reminds me of like a Medford or something like that. Just has that look, and it is brass, and you feel the brass. I mean, you think steel, like stainless steel, is heavy. Brass is super heavy, and there's a big old chunk of brass in this thing. But I love it. I love it. I mean, again, it's not going to get carried that much, but every once in a while, you just put it in your pocket just for fun. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I know out of my collection, this is probably one of the ones that, you know, he does like the 8010. He's a fan of that one from Cold Steel, but he also always liked this style. I don't know if he's ever felt the brass one though. It's so heavy, but he does like those big knives, so he might be fine with it. I think it's close to a pound. I mean, it is just heavy. I'm not breaking out the scale for the blade battles or the brand battles, but it's just a fun one. It's definitely a fun one. It's kind of a unusual fun. Unusual fun. This one I got, the most recent one, is the Rebel. I had my eye on this one when it was just the titanium one, and I just never pulled the trigger. And then I ended up winning this one on a giveaway from Knife Fast. And at first I didn't really like the color of the scale. Still not 100% on it, but it definitely is kind of wearing on me. It's kind of like different. You know, I kind of nowadays, there's so many, especially when you get down to the budget knives, so many of them just look the same to me. They just don't stand out. This at least has that color that stands out. It's definitely a Ray Laconico design, which is a plus in my book. It does have the plunge lock, button lock, but man, the action on this thing is just it's fun. It's fidgety. It's really a cool knife. I kind of wish that I had gotten the titanium one. Maybe I will someday. I don't know. There's just so many knives out there. It's hard to get them all. I would love to get them all, but I'm not that wealthy, unfortunately. And then, of course, where would I keep them all, right? But then I'd have that you know, they in my work, you know, we have like a manufacturing side. I'm like kind of in the engineering side, but the manufacturing side, and then they got things when you have like spare parts and stuff. You can have these like robotic things that will go and pick parts for you. And you can just put it into the machine and say, go get this part, and it'll like roll the things around, and it'll bring down the part to you. And I would love to have that for my knives. I just kind of put into my spreadsheet, I said, I want this knife, and have it just kind of a big machine that just kind of moves all the knives around, and then it just drops that one right in front of me, you know. And then I say, okay, I'm going to put it away. I hit the button, and it gives me the spot to put it. Because with this many knives, I mean, like even getting this one together, I was having trouble finding my my Valor, and I go, where the hell is it? It's right, but it was in the same case. It was just like it was over with the Kaisers, and I don't know how it got there. Fortunately, I found it and didn't freak out too much. One last one in the brand for Artisan Cutlery is the Sea Snake, and this is another one that I wanted for the longest time. Before I was really buying a lot of EDC fixed blades, I heard so much about this. The Sea Snake was just like, everybody talked about how great it is, and it is a great knife. It's super slicey. What's his name? Crazy Sharp. I think he's the one that designed this one. Maybe it says here. If it does, I can't see it. This is AR RPM 9. The Revel and this one, actually, in my collection, are the only two. Oh, no. Also the Cazador. So the Cazador, this guy here, and this one are the only ones with the AR RPM 9. Of course, that's a more recent steel. A lot of these other ones were bought more longer ago, and then some of them are more premium. Like these are each like about $200 knives, so that, I consider that premium. Anyway, back to this sea snake. It's just great size, especially right now, the way I like to carry, and have a little small that I can just do little cuts with it, easy to access. I keep it in the appendix carry. It is a little rattly. I don't know, maybe it's because, you know, maybe they've kind of fixed that more recently. I bought it recently, but this one's been around for a while. But you can see it kind of rattles. I know you can heat these things up. Maybe I could fix it if I really got into that. I did add the soft lube because I love that kind of carry. But it's held in place. And I'm not doing Ninja Night raids or anything like that I have to worry about making a little noise with it. It pops out real good, pops in real good. So that's important. You know, I don't want it falling out, and it's not going to fall out. So that's great. But it's just a great little cutter. Great little knife, really great little EDC fixed blade. So here we go. That's it. That's what I got. You know, from here on out, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger collections. But this is 10. That's a decent number. And I could definitely get some of these smaller, thinner ones out of the way. So the Andromeda and the Shark are out of the way already. I think that the Cazador is kind of in that realm, but actually, if you look at it, doesn't that look like a nice little pair? I mean, kind of the same kind of shape. And it's funny that I like this a lot for a fixed blade, but not as much for a folder for some reason. It's just interesting to me. What I like and what I don't like, you know. Not that I don't like them, obviously. These are all great knives. So that's going over to the side. I think this is FRN, so if it was the titanium, I'm pretty sure it would stay in a lot longer. I think before this one goes, it's going to be the kind of out of balance Mega Hawk. It's more nostalgic than anything, and the peel ply, I mean, maybe that peel ply carbon fiber is kind of in the same range of a good FRN. This is a really good FRN, you know. A crappy FRN, yeah, that's going to be even worse. But anyway, so I'm going to put the Mega Hawk over to the side, and it's going to be followed by the Revel. And here we go. So these are a little bit, both of these are a little bit, I like them, but only for certain reasons. And you know, if I'm glad I'm not like picking them to say I'm only going to keep one of these in my collection, or when they ever say if you can only have one knife, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, because I really like this proponent, but it is a big old beast, and it makes it a little bit hard to carry from time to time. I don't really feel it so much in the pocket, but when you're holding it, I mean, it is just heavy. So much like this one is kind of out of balance, it makes it harder to kind of wield and cut with. Same thing with this one. It's a little bit, I mean, if I was doing the scab thing and stabbing tires, yeah, this would be the one. That's a tire stabber right there. Just like, getting in there, you know. But yeah, it's going to the side. And so is the Sea Snake. You know, even though I'm getting into EDC fixed blades, they early on in my collecting, that was pretty much all I got. I really wasn't doing much in the way of folders back then. But now the folders have my heart. They really are the ones that I dream about and think about and obsess about. And I got 3 really good ones here. Now it's interesting because I was having a little brand battle at the custom knife show about these two and buying these two. But now that I've had them for a while, the Gavco is a little bit of that same thing with the proponent. It's I like having it in the collection. It's interesting, but as far as being the number one, if there can only be one. This one's going to go to the side. It's a little thin here. It does taper down, so there is an issue with that, but it's fun, and it's a really great knife. It's just a little bit of a... I'm trying to think of the word. What is the word? It's thinking like gimmicky, but it's not gimmicky. But anyway, I think you kind of understand what I'm saying, hopefully. These two are both really cool knives. This one here is just so snappy. It reminds me of the Feist. The action on it's really good. I bought this one year when I was in Florida traveling, and I didn't have any knives on me, and I was like, I have to buy something so I'll have something when I get home. It was a while ago. Definitely a while ago. Back when my parents were alive and I was visiting them. I like this knife, but yeah, no, it's gonna be that Fair & Ford design. That's the one. That is the one. That's the one that stuck in my head, and it still sticks in my mind as one of my favorites. Action's just really great. I really like this design. I really like this knife. It kind of reminds me of what's the Archbishop, I think. I always wanted to get an Archbishop, and this kind of, you know, and I'm not even sure if it looks like one. I can't really picture it in my head, but this kind of felt like something I could get when I wanted to get a full-size Archbishop, and couldn't. And then I found this one, and it was available right in front of me. So smooth, drops so well, feels so good in the hand. It is comfortable. Good balance on this one. I think it's right there where I want it to be. I think right there where your finger choil is, finger groove up here, not here, but still it feels really good. That handle is not overly heavy. Cool backspacer. Yeah, that's the winner, guys. Brand battle. It's the Valor from Artisan Cutlery S35 with titanium handles, and it comes in around $200. And I really like that knife. I really do. I think I always will. So that's it, guys. That's the brand battle for tonight. We'll keep rolling with this. I got some other interesting sort of things coming up. I got a knife on order, but it's coming from China, so it could be like months. Who knows? I don't like to buy from China. I'll buy Chinese knives, and I'll get them from a distributor in the United States. But this one I couldn't help. Got a great killer price on it, but well, I don't want to. I'm just kind of like sneak peeking or whatever. What is it the news does where they tell you a little quick thing about it, and then they say stay tuned. So stay tuned for that one. But it could be, I don't know when the heck I think it's going to come in, but I'm excited about that too. All right, guys. Enough talking. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.